Greetings and salutation, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at Ernesto Che Guevara, a man who was responsible for influencing Latin America through socialism, through Marxism. Some people regard him as a visionary, as a revolutionary. Other people regard him as a madman. The decision, even today, is up in the air, but let's take a look at who this guy was and some of his long-term impact. Che was born June 14th, 1928 in Argentina, and in this family picture we've got, he is the one farthest to the left. A boy who went to a pool wearing no swim trunks. Clearly he is a madman. He had a rough history growing up, suffered from asthma and weak eyes, but he studied and practiced sports quite extensively. As a young boy, he studied Marx, he studied Lenin, he studied Stalin, he studied the Communist Manifesto, and he started radicalizing from a very early age. Even with everything he had going in this direction, he would try to be educated as a physician. Coming from Latin America in a time and a place that was so wildly affected by World War II, he sees that the ideas of Marxism could really work here, specifically to fix the poverty, the oppression, the level of general disenfranchisement he sees. In Marxist literature, it says that the poor, the worker, will revolt against those who have resources, take those resources, and then equally disperse them in a command economy setting. Unlike a lot of other Marxist revolutionaries, he doesn't plan it for being one country. He plans it to be all of Latin America, all at once. He sees it as a continent-wide liberation. Needless to say, he is really planning big here, and his impact and influence are going to be felt pretty quick. In 1955, he meets Fidel Castro, and the two of them work together in Cuba to overthrow the Batista government. This was the one that had been in place in Cuba since the 20s. It was a lot like the Tsar's government. It was very powerful, very controlling, and Cuba was very poor because of this. After the Batista government was ousted, it was Fidel Castro who would become the new head of that state, primarily thanks to the influence that Che Guevara led to. After the revolution in Cuba, Che tried to expand his Marxist doctrine throughout large parts of the rest of South America. This was very unpopular, though, because, well, if you were in charge, a Marxist revolution means at the end you die. He was found in Bolivia, he was captured there, and he was killed. They put him up against a wall and shot him. His last words were, facing the firing squad, "Go ahead and shoot, you cowards. You'll kill a man, but the idea, the legend, will live on." Even today, he is seen as an icon of revolution, and an ideal and an idol of what these revolutions can be. So that's pretty much it. He started the series of these revolutions that would be felt throughout Latin America and would touch a large part of the rest of the world. Latin America is so important because of the resources it could produce, and turning Marxists so close to the United States made a lot of people very nervous. Hope you walk away from this with something useful, and I'll see you later.